The Tennent's National 1 title went down to the wire on Saturday, with two games having a direct say on matters. And let's start at Fullerton Park, where Marr needed 2 points against Gala to seal the title. And they got off to a perfect start on 3 minutes when Scott Bickerstaff broke down the right flank, offloaded to brother Connor, and when he was stopped, Findlay Hazel was on hand to feed out to Ross Miller, and there was Ollie Rossi to gather the ball up and go in for the first try to settle any nerves on such a big day for the club. Gala responded with a penalty kick from Dean Keddy before Ewan Hamilton-Bulger picked up the ball from the ruck, darted by Peter Palapoi into acres of open space and touched down for try number 2. On the half hour, another attack from Marr led to their third try. Good hands and interplay between backs and forwards, and William Farquhar making yards before offloading to Richard Dalgleish, who dived in at the corner. Right on half-time, the try bonus came. It was Dalgleish again on hand, this time chipping over Gala fullback Graham Spears and run in to grab his second of the day and put Marr exactly where they wanted to be at the break, with a clear 24-3 lead. Farquhar went in for a fifth score after the break. Then we saw the try of the match. Connor Bickerstaff blasting down the left channel, passing to Liam McLaughlin, and then Findlay Hazel taking the scoring pass for a sixth touchdown. Minutes later, Scott Bickerstaff repeated the efforts of brother Connor, shook off a couple of tackles, then turned on the afterburners to take the score to 45-3, and the title was pretty much won at that point. But Gala showed that they know how to find their way to the try line themselves, and when Ross Cook found Graham Spears outside him, he created space for winger John Frew, and he finished off one of the best moves in the game. Ross Miller chalked up an eighth try for Marr. Not the most glamorous we saw on the day, but they count the same as the spectacular ones, and right at the end, it was almost inevitable that we would see a Connor Bickerstaff special, and he rounded things off with one of his trademark dives, and the 57-8 scoreline deservedly gave Marr the title of Tennent's National 1 champions for 2018-19.
Well, Connor, this is what you wanted. Second time in 3 years, National 1 champions. How does that sound?
It's amazing. I think we set out at the beginning of the season, it was to win the league. You know, not many teams come down from the Premiership and bounce straight back up, especially with a league-winning season. So for us, for our group of boys, tight-knit bunch, not a big squad, to do what we've done, I think it's brilliant. You know, we were struggled a wee bit at the start of the season. To finish so strongly and get a promotion with the league-winning title, it's amazing.
Proved a lot of things today where I don't feel we were ready for the Premiership. Looking at the way, Marr were a very, very skillful team. It was clinical, and we went up. Our lads are young and they're not able to play at that level. So perhaps another season, developing young lads, bringing them through is a better way for Gala.
This is my 10th season, so we're not too bad. 6 championships we've won, so that's another one to add there. It was a great performance today. Weather's lovely, all the supporters out, so I'm really chuffed.
Over at Stony Hill, meanwhile, Musselburgh needed 1 point to catch Gala for the important 6th spot, which would promote them to the new look Premiership next season. But Rory Marshall's early try gave them an uphill task, particularly with a bunch of regulars unavailable to play in the game. Jed's pack were dominating up front, and Darren Gillespie literally walked in at the back of this maul to fall over the line. But back came Musselburgh, and Martin Simprich got past Lewis Young to give the home team the first of the 4 tries they needed to secure promotion. More rumbling from the Royal Blues pack resulted in a try for John Scudrow, but just before the referee blew for half-time, some slick passing by Musselburgh gave scrum half Kyle McGee a second try, and suddenly their chance of promotion was becoming a real possibility. And they struck again the other side of the break when a drop ball was picked up by James Ferguson, who made it to the line, and with still 30 minutes to go, they needed just one more try to get into the top flight of club rugby for the first time in over 30 years. And it came in the 56th minute. Gregor Tate twisted himself over the line to secure promotion for Musselburgh. Of course, at this time, news had filtered through that Gala were being well beaten and unlikely to score 4 tries against Marr in the remaining 24 minutes. So there was a real party mood as the makeshift team from Musselburgh were taking the game to Jed and were now leading 22-21. A penalty try restored Jed's lead before the Borderers turned more forward pressure into points, and Darren Gillespie strolled through an empty space to touchdown for his brace. Jed hit 40 points when Gillespie got his hat-trick, again helped out by the dominant pack, but it was Musselburgh who had the last say. Gregor Tate in the right place at the right time to score his team's 5th try of the game, and the 40-29 result means Jed finished second in the league for the second year running, and Musselburgh filled the final promotion spot.
I think key moments for us were before and after half-time. We got a score before half-time and we got a couple of scores right after half-time, which really kind of gave us that belief that we could actually do something, today. But as you say, ultimately Jed won the game, but we got what we came out to achieve,